Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, May 4th, and today we'll cover the trades for YieldMax funds, Tesley, Cony, Invid, and Misty. All right, so yesterday was declaration date, so for those of you that are signed up for the email alerts, you would have received this little screen print that says how much, every single one paid. So anyone over 100%, Cony's over 100%, and Misty's over 100%. All right, so kind of as expected. I think a lot of people were upset; they wanted more, but guys, we can't get too greedy here. They pay what they can pay. PP kind of surprising, 56%. Squee is 61%. Murney 53%. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. So they announced that. I made a video yesterday. I'll pin it to this video if you guys missed it. And I covered all of the distributions, what they paid versus what I thought they would have paid and whatnot. And anyway, go check it out. I did one trade yesterday. It was an options trade. I sold a call on one of the TSLY shares that I owned because if you recall, I bought back my options contracts because I was in the profit decent amount. So anyway, I made 0.3 cents or 30 cents per share, which is $30 in total. This is an 850 call that expires next Friday. I'll get into my options trades for the week. Probably Sunday that video will launch. All right, so before we get into this, there's a whole bunch of trades because it's Friday. It was Friday's trades. Friday's trades are very busy. Not to mention it's a crossover, all right? It's a crossover from month to month. So I had a very busy day yesterday doing this. So for that, I'm sorry, but I have to ask, please hit the like button. It was a lot of work. I actually made some changes to the spreadsheet too, which are good. I didn't take away anything, but I added a few things I think will help us out. So anyway, what did Tesley do? Well, no synthetic action, so I like that. So basically, they closed out positions and they created new positions. So, it's too much to look at this way, but let's get to the spreadsheet. All right, so synthetic-wise, again, they have two positions. They have a 180, 32,000 contracts. You'll see I added a little percentage, 0.63%, that represents how much above it the strike that it is. But this synthetic expires July 19th. Obviously, I added May profits down below because everything from here on out is going into May, which includes yesterday. They also have a synthetic 175. They are 3.51% above that. So obviously that's going to make money, but again, too far away to even talk about. So here we are. I added the May tab. Here we go. How did Tesla do yesterday? Where are we at here? They got a lot of action yesterday. So Tesla went up 0.63%. TSLY went up 0.82%. Hell yeah. Good job, Tesley. All right. So they closed a bunch of contracts. So anything in white is what they would have recently closed. Anything in gray, I already talked about. Because if I don't do that, I'm not going to remember. Forget it. So look at that. The 180, that was the lowest. That was the lowest strike price. And guess what? Profit, man. Profit. What did they close at? 180, 114. You see the break even was 180, 152. It doesn't get much closer than that. So you can see the close price, what they paid per share, $4, $12, which is less than the open price. So if you scroll to the right, in the end, that was very profitable. They made 1.1 million in the end. So again, good job. And that was the lowest strike. The others do. Well, again, we have this 510 just sitting there, so we'll skip that. The others had a higher strike, so they paid a penny. They paid 2 cents. So of course those were in the profit. They made 118,000, 60,000, but those are smaller positions. The 180, that was the majority of the contracts, right? That was like 30,000 contracts. So it was, we'll say, a perfect record for the week, right? They did very well. We're going to ignore what they did yesterday with the synthetic. And we're going to celebrate the weekly call wins. We're also going to celebrate Declaration Day because yesterday was a really good day. Everyone loves Declaration Day. Everyone's happy on Declaration Day. All right, so what did they open? Let's see. Well, again, we have a 510 for that they already opened, 66.90. That was sitting there, 225 strike. It's now 24% out of the money. So that one is, that one's, I think, more than okay. And then they opened, 1,675 contracts. They did a 182.50, 0.75% out of the money. Really? Like, what? And then they did, about 30,000 or so contracts, a 185 strike. And that's 2.13% of the money. I mean, are we really going back to this? Like, what's going on? So, I mean, I get this one up here is way out of the money. So do they think that since that's the case, they're going to be very risky on these? I don't know, but they're capping their gains on the biggest position. So I personally, as much as we're celebrating the weekly wins, I don't get this. All right, so new fields, what did I add? So I had yield, so you can see how much each trade does yield. I also added daily yield. So I take how much each trade yields and I divide it by the number of days in between the expiration date minus the date they actually made the trade. So the daily yields on these are anywhere from 0.21 to 0.3%. And now I have annualized yield. So you can see how much each transaction, again, when they open it, yields on an annualized basis. And it's going to take the profit, like the ending profit. So you can see like how much, the ending transaction is going to yield you. But as of right now, it's all profit. So it shows 75% to 107% yield. So again, if they strive for the 50% yield, they went really aggressive on this, right? So, and then the ones that like they closed out, like these, for example, these were a win. So they're yielding 59% and 78% on those. So again, it's just another way to look at things because typically, you want to see how much they're yielding and you want to see like, what does that come to on an annualized basis? Because we have an idea of how much each fund wants to. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy that field going forward. Outstanding shares did not move, stayed exactly the same. So no change there. Here's the summary. 30-day IV, 44%. Outstanding shares, like I said, did not change. 44,225,000. Total income, 5.1 million. Total distribution from that, 12 cents. Daily income, 12 cents a day in total. Daily yield, 0.73%. And if you annualize that, it's 268%. My reaction, and this is just me kind of just rolling my eyes. Here we go with the tight calls again. Declaration Day countdown, the new one. The next declaration date is June 5th. That's 32 days away. Now I'm going to use this 32 days for another formula, which I'll show you guys in a second. All right. So we can move on from April. Again, April, Tesley paid a 69-cent distribution as compared to their total income per share of 36 cents. They had to dip into the NAV of 33 cents. All right, so if we go to May, short call income is 5.1 million. Short call income, again, comes to 12 cents per share. Now, one thing I want you to know is I do track daily income, right? So how much are they making on the weekly calls on a daily basis? Now, keep in mind, this month has only been open one day, and that day happened to be Friday. Okay, Friday's the day they make money. So kind of ignore this for now, but for now it's showing, 375 is the estimate because it's taking the daily amount of 12 cents and multiplying it by 32 to get 375. Obviously they're not paying 375, but you get the gist. Wait till this is like a week old, and this will just be fun to look at. So if we take the average daily income that they're making and you times it by the number of days until declaration date, this will give you just a fun number to look at. Will it be accurate? Probably not. And I may or may not keep it, but we'll see how it goes. But just wanted to let you know what that was. All right, outstanding holdings. What are we looking at here? Again, their synthetics expire July 19th. Thank you, God, because enough about these synthetics. we have 3 calls, 180, 250, 185, 225. So decently scattered, but again, they're kind of tight, to be honest. And you see the cash is negative, but you know why cash is negative? Because these holdings, if you look, these holdings have Monday's date. So these holdings are as of the open on Monday. So that's why the cash is negative. So they had to dip into the cash to pay us. So that's already out of the account. So if you look at the net asset value, that reflects the ex-dividend date. So that's 674.1 million. And the NAV is 1524. Obviously, the trade price to the right of that is 1593. That's as of the close on Friday. That will update at the open on Monday to reflect a similar price of 1524 range, which will, again, reflect the ex-dividend date. Because obviously the change of 1593 versus 1524 will be the drop of the dividend, the distribution. Okay? All right. That was a mouthful, it felt like. Anyway, that was Tesley. NVDY. All right, so 4 transactions, they closed out calls, they opened new ones. All right, easy enough. Birds are out. I did not want to set my alarm today. It's a Saturday, I'm setting my alarm, but busy day today. Gotta get this video done early so I can begin the day. All right, so NVDY synthetic, their synthetic, it expires very soon, May 17th. So it's slightly in danger. They're only actually 2.97% away though from the strike, which I think is very obtainable. I don't know, we'll see. And again, I add the May profits, but they had no synthetic trades, so we don't have to really talk about that much at the moment. How did NVIDIA do yesterday, though? May 3rd, NVIDIA went up 3.46%. NVIDY went up 3.77%. So again, the YieldMax ETF has beaten the underlying. What up now? What up? All right, so they closed the old ones. All right, what do we got here? So, oh my God, that 865 strike, that got its butt whooped. So they had to pay $21.55 to close out that position. And again, what do they get to open that position? Well, they got $106,000. What they have to pay to close it? $226,000. So that was a loss of $120,000. Luckily, that was a very small position. That was only 105 contracts. Now, the 920 strike, that one, they won. They killed it. And that's the biggest position. That was 5,065 contracts. They only paid 4 cents to close it. So guess what? $5.2 million profit for the week. So this 120,000 is irrelevant, right? Because they made $5 million for last week's calls. All right, let's talk about this week's, heading into next week's calls. Again, they all expire Friday, May 10th. And there's 2 strike prices. There's an 890, which again, that's the smaller of the two. 890 is 120 contracts. That's 3.71% out of the money when they opened it. This was open on May 2nd, and now it's 0.24% out of the money. So this one's already in danger. But again, they seem to lose that position. The 120 contract is not a good one. All right, the larger position, 920. I feel like these are, 920. They chose the same exact strike price, right? Let's double check it. Yeah, so they closed the 920, they opened the 920. So, okay, whatever. All right, how is the 920? The 920 is only 3.62% out of the money. What? Really? I mean, I don't know, man. We're talking about NVIDIA here, and you're 3.62% out of the money. 5 trading days? What's with the tight calls, guys? What the hell is going on? I mean, I get you won. I get it's declaration date. You're happy. What time do you leave the office? Jeez. All right, yield. What did they yield? Let's just look at yesterday's. They yielded 1.07% and 1.08%. So, okay, that yields 0.15% a day and annualizes at 56%. So, if you look at it this way, this is a better way to look at it. Okay, they had to go lower in order to get a respectable yield. Okay, I could see that argument. But again, if they lose money, then it's kind of irrelevant. So, We don't want another yield nothing conversation coming into next week. I won't get into that yet, but again, to me, that's kind of tight. Outstanding shares, did they go up? No, they did not. So, weekly call summary, 30-day IV, 62%. Outstanding shares, 17,850,000. Total net income on this fresh month, because again, I started the month of May because today is declaration day. They announced their distribution early in the morning, which means they already decided what they're going to pay, not including anything that they made today. So anything that they made today will go into the month of May. All right, income, 4.6 million, distribution, 26 cents, daily income, 0.26, daily yield, 0.99%, annualized at 362%. Okay, reaction. I mean, I don't know, just plain old what are you doing face. We won't judge them yet, but it was kind of crazy. All right, so we talked about the distribution. NVDY paid $1.19. They made 28 cents for the month, so they had to dip into the NAV. I'm showing, again, these are my numbers. Who knows if I'm right? These are what I plug in every day. Hopefully I'm right. Well, they had to dip into the NAV of 92 cents. I'm pretty sure that they can afford it, though, because they have done very, very well. All right, new month. We're in May. 4.6 million income. We talked about that. That produces 26 cents per share. And again, new field, which again, we have to ignore at the moment, but it will make sense in the end. It's been open one day. They made 26 cents in that one day. You take 26 cents, you multiply it by 32, and you have an estimate of an 840. Obviously, this is ridiculous, so I'm not going to really even talk about it I'm never going to mention it on the other funds for now. And I'm probably not going to talk about it until later in the week, but you get the gist of it. It'll make sense as we have more days going into the month. Outstanding holdings. We have a synthetic, again, that expires very soon, so we'll talk about that soon. We have the 2 calls, and they don't have negative cash. Okay, they can afford their distribution. All right, good for them. Net asset value, 448.8 million. The NAV is 2014, and the trade price is well above that, 26.40, right? So if you look at if it was like 25.20, it's $1.20, $1.26 over. So it's $1.26 higher. What's the distribution? $1.19. So yeah, close enough. There's always a variance anyway. So yeah, that's why the NAV is less than the trade price, because this trade price represents the Friday close trade price. The NAV price here reflects the ex-dividend date for Monday open price. All right. Sorry, guys. That was also a mouthful, but we're getting there. Birds are happy. So what can you say? It's another nice day. Hopefully. The weekend, too. All right. Cony. What'd they do? They closed out a lot of position. And they opened one? What? One? Come on, man. Okay. All right. Cony Synthetic expires soon. It's on that 517 list. They're 14% away from their strike. They better get moving. They're not moving well. Again, no out of the May profits, but nothing, no activity. So we'll jump right to the May tab and see how did Coin do yesterday. Coin actually went down. So oddly enough, you would think, the crypto related ones were going up. Coin went down 2.45%, and Cony only went down 0.64%. So guess what? We are 3 for 3 YieldMax funds defeating the underlying funds. So congratulations, YieldMax funds. You are the champions right now. All right, so what happened yesterday? I mean, way too much. I don't know if I can cover all this, but just look at how much they paid to close each position, okay, in red. 2 cents, 3 cents, 2 cents, 2 cents, $1.97, $1.99, 3 cents, and 3 cents, okay? So what does that mean? That means they won every single position. Even the one that cost, $1.99, because again, they made $4.61 to open it. So these were all successful, so you can see now, we go to the profit loss bucket, all are green, all are successful. So it was a successful week for Cony, which that's no surprise. As a Cony holder, you're used to that. We always win, right? Anyway, what do we got? We got 510 expirations that have been sitting there, 200 contracts. This is the one I never understood, but whatever, we'll talk about it. 255 strike. Right now, that's 14.22% of the money, but it's only 200 contracts, so it's irrelevant. Now, we talked about the other one contract. They opened one strike price. What are you doing? Anyway, 19,795 contracts, 237.50 strike, single digits out of the money. What in the actual hell? 6.38% out of the money. What? What is wrong with these people like this week? What is happening? Are they expecting? There must be some like news going to come out next week. Jerome Powell is going to talk and screw up the market maybe. I don't know. Something must be up because everyone so far 3 for 3 tight on these calls, man. Too tight. Well, what did they yield? 1.49%, daily yield 0.21%, annualized yield 77.46%. Maybe that's why. Maybe the premium just wasn't there. I mean, clearly, again, if you annualize it, it looks that way. It really does look that way. But I mean, I don't know. That could hurt us. But again, it's so early. I'm not going to harp on that. It's the weekend. We are happy. Outstanding shares did not change. So, summary. The story of the weekly calls. Again, this is first day of May, so 30-day IV, 93%. See, that should show me the premium. But maybe there's, I don't know. Maybe there's not enough bids. Outstanding shares, 18,150,000. Total income, 6.5 million. Total distribution, 36 cents. Daily income, 36 cents, right? So, because it's been one day. Daily yield, 1.44%. Annualized, 526%. Cocky face. This is not me. This is fund manager. They think they know what they're doing. Maybe they do. I don't know, man. This is crazy. All right. Anyway, how did April end? April ended. They made $3.26 per share, at least based on what I showed. Okay. They paid out $2.28. They were able to reserve 98 cents per share in the NAV, or a credit carry forward in dollars and cents, 17.7 million. So Cony is pretty much the GOAT, I guess you could say. All right, let's look at May. May, short call income, 6.5 million. That's around 36 cents per share. Again, too early to even talk about May's payments, but let's go on to the the outstanding holdings, which show a synthetic. Again, we have little time on, a little less than 2 weeks, and then we have calls into next week. But the cash is negative. So obviously they had to dip way beyond the cash to pay out their distribution. My hand is getting tired of holding this phone. Net asset value, 408.7 million. The NAV is 22.52. Trade price, 24.91. Okay? So again, that gap is the for the ex-dividend date, the distribution drop. All right. One more to go, baby. One more to go. MSTY. Oh, my God. Woo. Okay. BC. SSSS. Okay. So they closed contracts. They opened new ones. Whoopie frickin' do, right? I know some of you do have to watch this whole video just to get to your Misty. So, I'm not going to downplay it. So let's talk about Misty. They have, what do they have? They have a synthetic, obviously, and theirs expires May 17th. They are ahead. They are 6.35% ahead. So as of right now, they're going to make money if they had to close it out. Again, no trades on the synthetic position, so nothing to really talk about. So if we go to the May tab, this is now the third month I'm doing Misty. Again, next month, I know I said it was going to be this month, but next month we will talk about possibly eliminating Misty or NVDY. It's probably going to be NVDY based on the popularity that I see. And then I will think about bringing on one more just to, show the love. There are other very good performing funds that just don't get the love. But they have to, they have to have people who care. So if they do, then I'll talk about it. So, we'll talk about that sometime in the month. Anyway, MSTR. Wow. What a day. Up 8.29%. Misty up 7.29%. All right, we're not going 4 for 4. MSTR said, screw you guys, you are not beating me. So Misty did not beat MSTR. It's okay, we went 3 for 4. That's still pretty damn good. All right, what do we got here? A lot of reds. All right, so you see the penny, you see the 10 cents, you see the 1 cent. Okay, they all won. You know, we know. All in profit, right? You go to the right, profit loss, yes, they dominated. But there's a massive one down below. What is this? 110 contracts. They paid $44.05 woof, to close that. But that had 1180 strike, right? And it closed at what? 1223. So yeah, that one was a loss. But again, smaller position. It was a loss in the end of 301,000. So not really going to do much damage. So that's okay. All right. But what do we got going into next week? Well, we have no trades, no random 510s from the other bunch. We just have these. So 13.15 is what they're going with. One strike price. And guess what? They're joining the single digit club. They are 7.52% out of the money. I don't know, man. Why? Who knows? Again, something's going on. I need to watch the news more, apparently. All right, so what are they yielding on that? Again, maybe the premium wasn't there. 2.6%, 2.46%. Annual daily yield around 0.3%. Annualized 128 to 135%. I mean, they could have gone a little higher out of the money, probably. You know, they don't have to yield 135%, right? Although some of you may say otherwise. So yeah, they brought out, you know, possible profit of 2.7 million on those. All right, outstanding shares. Finally, someone had new shares purchased. 6.21% increase. 225,000 new outstanding shares purchased. There's the birds. Little break there. 30-day IV, 106%. Outstanding shares, 3,850,000. Total net income from just the 1 day, again, new month, 2.2 million. Distribution from that, 57 cents. Daily income, 57 cents. Daily yield, 1.81. And annualized that, 661. But again, it's 1 day, so. And again, they're smirking. They're like, yeah, we know what we're doing. We always make money. I don't know. They're smirking. I'm scared for them. All right, April, what do we got? Well, total income. They did not make money, okay? I know some of you are shocked when I say that, but for the month of April, they did not make money because they had to roll a synthetic that was in a terrible spot. Terrible. And they lost $6.39 per share, but they paid out $2.52. So they had to dip into the NAV, $8.91. Obviously, they can afford it, though. Now, if we look at the month of, I should probably freeze column A. I don't know. Think about it. May made 2.2 already and 2.2 million, and that's 57 cents. Okay? Whew. If you haven't hit the damn like button, what are you waiting for, right? I do all this talking for what? No, I'm just kidding. But no, for real. If you could, helps the channel. We gotta get growing, man. We could hit 11,000 subs soon, which is pretty good. All right, what do we got? Again, these are the holdings. Synthetic expires May 17th. They're in the May 17th club, but I'm not worried about them, at least as of now. And there's their one stinking call. One call, 13.15, whatever. All right, let's look at the net asset value, 111.9 million. NAV is 29.07, trade price 31.70. So this ex-dividend date, it's going to drop it under $30. But I'm sure people are okay with that to get the higher distribution, even though some people wanted $3. But, whatever, right? So that's the summary. That's, that's Tesley, that's NVDY, that's Cony, that's Misty. That's all of them. Again, we made the declaration date distribution video yesterday. Go check it out. See if you guys are happy. Let me know. But this is the Saturday update. So guess what? Tomorrow's Sunday. I get a break from YieldMax funds daily video. So that's a celebration for me. Usually I pull up current events. What does Market Watch have to say? Here's how much Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway could make from Apple's dividend hike. I don't give a damn. All right. I'm sorry, but I don't give a damn. Good for him. He's rich. He's becoming richer. Whoopie freaking do. Sorry, I'm not going to talk about that headline. I want to know what you guys are making. All right. So if you guys want to share your highest distribution. Screw Warren Buffett and his rich ass. I want to know what your highest distribution is. So that is the key word. How about that? The key word is put your highest distribution payment from YieldMax or any other fund for that matter for the month. I want to know. And then, brag about it. Show what we call in the Discord the dividend porn, right? Let's celebrate it. Let's not be robotic. Let's take the small wins, enjoy it, dissect it. It's a good feeling. We're investing our own. We work our ass off for this money. We're investing it, and we're making money on top of the money. So show off that distribution. Show off that dividend. I want to see it. I want to see it in the comments. All right. So that being said, stay tuned for my monthly update coming today or tomorrow. We'll see what life brings. My weekends are nuts. Baseball game today, 10 a.m. So, by the way, we're 6-1, not to brag, go Angels. But yeah, so that is the update. But again, the key word here is just put your highest distribution, whether it's $1, whether it's $100, whether it's $1,000, show it off, and we'll go from there. So anyway, as always, guys, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, clearly. These videos are for fun and entertainment. So if you had fun and if you were entertained, like I said, I don't want to even say it again. I already said it twice. But anyway, hopefully you had fun. You were entertained. But yeah, that's the update. And again, it's Saturday, no update tomorrow. And the next update for this will be the Monday recap on Monday morning. But I have plenty of other videos coming out this weekend. If you guys are interested, I give my options trading and swing trading update. That should be sometime today. And then I'll give my account update. That'll probably be Sunday, to be honest. And then I'll give the Defiance update, which typically would be Sunday morning. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. It is hard work doing this. I try not to complain too much, but some days, like at the month end, it's woof. Yesterday was busy day, but it's done. We're on to May, so it'll be hopefully smooth sailing from here on out. We'll make money. We'll be happy. All is great. Anyway, have a great weekend, guys, and I will talk to you soon. Later.